It's 2 years, would you believe, this week, I can't believe it, since Britney Spears' conservatorship ended. And her book, The Woman in Me, has, not surprisingly, become a bestseller, revealing details about her life in the spotlight. And she's had some tough times, as we know. Well, someone who was there with her during some of the most difficult times was her friend, former choreographer and X Factor judge, Brian Friedman. And Brian joins us now exclusively from Arizona. Lovely to see you. So good to see you. And you two were such good pals. I mean, you got on so well. And you get... You know, you've got that bond with someone when you work with them creatively for such a long time.
Yes, you do. Hi, Lorraine. Also, it's good to hear your voice and see you.
It's good to see you too. It really is. And what do you make of this book? Do you think that she was right to do it? I mean, she's not been allowed to do it apart from anything else, but do you think it would be good for her?
Yeah, I can't imagine not having a voice for over a decade. So also, if you read the book, which there's a lot that's revealed in that book, she was not really able to say anything for even longer than that. She felt like she was being a puppet and not having her own voice for so long. So I am 100% here for her being able to speak her truth and reveal so much.
Well, absolutely, because she wasn't able to even get in touch with people that she loved and her friends, you know, people like you. I mean, she was really cut off. And you weren't able to get in touch with her for quite a while, and that must have been so difficult for you to see her struggling. And, you know, as her friend, you're not able to there to just hold her hand and help her.
It was difficult for me to read because I wasn't even aware to the extent of what was going on when the conservatorship was in place. You know, I was actually working with her at that time, and I was wondering if something was wrong with her and I as friends, because I felt that disconnect from her, and she said it, that she was vacant, and I would look in her eyes and I wouldn't see her there. So being able to read this now, it gives me a lot of perspective on what I went through at that time with her, and obviously what she was going through at the same time.
No, exactly. And you were filming with her that time that she got dumped basically by text from Justin Timberlake, which, I mean, for goodness sake, is how on earth you deal with that, I don't know. Yeah. But how did she cope with that on the day?
Yeah, it was a horrible day. She was locked in her trailer when that moment happened, and we got word on set. I wasn't in the trailer with her at the time. The director, Chris, was in there speaking to her. He came out. We sort of had a powwow to see what was going to happen and how we were going to tackle this day, and she just persevered and came out of that trailer and decided that she was going to show up and show out, and she did. I mean, it's to date one of my favorite videos that she has done that I've choreographed with her. And we actually filmed another video right after that for the song Boys. And I know that she was still going through it really bad on the set that day. She had locked herself in a room at the mansion that we were shooting at. And it was just a rough period of time. And of course, she was doing the biggest things of her life. She was on a massive world tour. She was shooting all these huge music videos. It was hard for her to, I think, deal with and cope with the trauma of that breakup. But,
as you said, despite the fact that she was absolutely heartbroken, she still continued. She did that video with you. What was the video for? Was that Toxic, that video that you did together, that one?
It was Overprotected.
Overprotected.
There were actually two different videos for that song. I think the one that you had in the UK was the first video, but then we reshot one for the States, and it was the second video.
Right. But the thing is, you know, she was a total professional and got on with it. And that's one thing I think that people sometimes forget about, is just how good she is. She's a brilliant performer. Yeah. I mean, you know, you were saying she's one of the best that you've ever had to work with.
I mean, I've said this time and time again, that in that era that we were in right now, I have never seen an artist push as hard as she did, and with her grueling schedule, still come out on top and be incredible every time she hit the stage. So she's definitely cream of the crop.
Very much so. And I think sometimes, Brian, like I say, you know, with all the things that have happened in her life, with you know, the fact that, as you said, she didn't have a voice for so long. We saw those really heartbreaking scenes of her shaving her hair off. You know, all of these things kind of overshadowed for a long time the fact that she is an incredibly talented young woman.
Yeah, I mean, hearing in the book why she did the things that she did, I mean, I was around for that whole time, but she wasn't sharing as deep and as raw as she did in this book. I was hearing things on a much more surface level, even as a close friend. And I mean, she said in the book that, I'm gonna say it now, her gays were around her, and these were the dancers, these were me and my friends who were around her. She said that we were all so protective of her. And I think that we did sort of see her as a baby sister.
Yeah.
And so maybe she wasn't trying to say everything that was going on inside to us.
No, that's true. And everyone, you know, she sang about it, everybody wants a piece of her, don't they? And already, you know, they're talking about turning this book into some sort of documentary or even a movie or whatever. So it just kind of goes on, doesn't it? What do you think should be the next thing for Brittany? What would you like to see happening?
Obviously, I would love to see her get back to performing in music, and I think she wants to get back there. She talked about, you know, her favorite tour was Dream Within a Dream in the book, and that was the first tour that I choreographed for her with Wade Robson. She said that one of her favorite performances was In the Zone, this ABC special, which was another performance that I did with her. So for me, I was just really happy hearing that in the book, and it gave me hope that we can reconnect and get her back to the stage and doing what she loves and make some more current performances her new favorites. So I hope that's where she gets, but no pressure, no rush. When the time is right for her, she will be ready.
Brian, thank you for talking to us this morning. I really appreciate it because you've got a real insight into the woman, as many people who talk endlessly about her do not have. Thank you so much, Brian. Great to see you. Thank you.
It was good to talk to you, Lorraine.
Thank you.